For more on this, I want to bring in Marcia Fudge. She's the co-chair of the Harris campaign and former Secretary of Housing and Urban Development for the Biden administration. Secretary, thank you for being here.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Before we get to your response to some of the Republican attacks we're already hearing, you worked with the governor in Congress. I want to get your read on your interactions with him and how you think voters should see him when they're introduced to him today.
I am so very excited about this choice. Tim and I have been friends for years. We served on the Agriculture Committee together. We sat right next to each other for a number of years. I know him well. I have nothing but respect for him. Here's a guy that grew up in small town America, which J.D. Vance says he did and did not. Here's a guy in a city of less than 400 or so people. Here's a person who served in the military, who served his country, who was a patriot. He's a person who understands rural America, big city America, and someone who cares deeply about other people. He talks about the work he does for the middle class and for children, where J.D. Vance talks about families, but votes against everything that there is that helps families. So I just believe very strongly that he is the person that we need. He is excellent as a partner on the ticket, and I'm really, really pleased about America finding out who he is, because once they do, they will like him as much as I do.
You know, Secretary, we've been hearing from voters, and one of the key issues for them is the economy. Even before Trump labeled what we saw yesterday in the stock market as the Kamala crash, which we know it wasn't a stock market crash, there was a sharp drop, and things have rebounded today, not completely. But, Secretary, I want to know your thoughts on messaging from the Democratic Party and whether you think that Walz will be an effective messenger as the ticket is introduced to the American people today.
There's no question he's going to be an effective messenger. He is a person who understands the economy. He's a person who understands people. Mind you, not only is he a governor, but he's the chair of all of the Democratic governors. That's the kind of respect they have for him. He has taken bold action to support criminal justice reform in his state, as well as gave one of the largest, as long as one of the largest tax cuts in history. I think that people forget where we were 4 years ago, which was that people were out of work. We were in the middle of a recession. Admittedly, it was COVID, but people forget where we stood 4 years ago. The economy has gotten stronger and stronger and stronger. And yes, there was a hiccup yesterday, but it was not a devastating drop, as people would say that it is. It was just some right sizing, I believe, and it has bounced back today.
Secretary?
I think Tim is the exact right person.
Secretary, I'm out of time with you, but I do want to ask your response to one of the attacks that we're hearing from Republicans, and that is Walz's response to riots after George Floyd's murder. What is your response, Secretary?
My response is that I believe he did the right thing in the right time.
Secretary Fudge, thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.